Alright guys, welcome back. We have another question from the chapter 5 of Mechanics of Materials by Beer and Johnston, and for the beam and loading shown we need to draw the shear and bending moment diagrams, and in the B part we need to determine the equations of the shear and bending moment curves. So as always, as we talked about in the previous videos, we're going to start with the free body diagram, and basically what we have for the beam is one vertical component here, A, same for D. Since our A is a pin, there should be a component in X direction too, but because there's no forces in X, we don't consider any AX, and we have two distributed force. The midpoint is going to be a replacement W times the basis A, and same in here, WA. So looking at this, we can see that the system is symmetrical. Because of that, AY is equal to DY, and each of them will be equal to half of the sum of these two, which is going to be WA. So that's all the unknowns. We don't need to go through the equilibrium equations, and even if we do, it's going to get the same thing. So we have three different regions in here. We can start from our X 0 to A, and let's see what we get. And after that, we're going to move from point B to C, which is A to L minus A, and the last one would be from point C to D. Okay, so let's move on from A to B. We have the distributed force. Let's just draw the beam that we have. So we have WL in here, and we have the distributed force, which can be replaced by W times the base, which is X, so V, and this is our M. We're gonna do sum of all forces in Y equals 0. So we're gonna have WA minus WX negative V equals 0, which means our V is going to be, we can factor WA minus X. Now let's draw the diagram. So the shear force, that's going to be our X, moving on from 0 to A, and if we just put 0, we're going to get WA, and if we just put A, it's going to turn into 0. We have a negative slope, so we're going to get to 0 at point A. And let's show our bending moment as well. And we're just going to find, if you just call this point J, we're going to find the moment about J. Counterclockwise positive as always equals 0. So what we're going to have is the moment of WL, which is clockwise, so negative WL times X. We have the moment of WX, this one's counterclockwise, so positive WX, and it's going to be in the distance of half of X, so times X divided by 2. Plus M equals 0, so our M is going to be WLX negative WX squared divided by 2. So if we just put X, we're going to get 0, and if we get to the point A, the negative sign is going to show that our parabola is going to facing down, so it's going to be something like, so that was from X from 0 to A. Now we're going to move from A to C, which is going to be, so we're going to start at A, and our ending point would be right here at C, which is L minus, so this distance is L minus A. So getting to L minus A, and let's see what we have for our free body diagram. Again, we have WA in here. We have the distributed force, and that's pretty much it. So that's going to be our VM, and we can replace this force with WA this time. We don't have any other forces applying on the beam after point B in here, so let's just do the sum of all forces in Y equals 0. Basically, we have WA. The beam, we have negative WA, and we have negative V. And yeah, that's pretty much everything, which means our V is 0 in here. So moving from the A point, which was here to here, we don't have any shearing force. So moving from A to L minus A, which we can go in this point. So it's going to be L minus A. Let's show it in here too. And again, the diagram is not to this scale because this distance obviously is more than A. So yeah, basically we have a constant value of 0 in here. So put something like this. And let's go for the moment about this point. Again, let's call it J. So we're going to have the moment of WA, and this is going to be our X. So WA times X, and it's going to be clockwise. So we have a negative sign in here. We have the moment of WA, which is going to be clockwise, so it's going to be WA, and now we are interested in this distance. We know this part is X, we know this distance is X minus A, because we know this part is A, and we have X minus A plus this little distance, which is half of A, so our distance is X minus A plus that little half of A, and we have the bending moment that will be equal to 0. This is going to be X negative 1/2 of A. So our moment would be basically WAX negative WA times X minus half of A. So if you just multiply these inside, we're going to get WAX negative WAX plus WA squared divided by 2. These two will be cancelled out, and our moment would be basically 1/2 of WA squared. So we have the constant value for the moment, which is 1/2 of WA squared. So moving from this distance, we're going to have the same value of 1/2 of WA squared. Yeah, one thing I made a mistake in here for the moment of the previous part. This is not A. This is not L. This is actually A. So negative WA. And also here we have we have WA. So we can see that if we just put the A in here too, we're gonna get WA squared negative WA squared divided by 2, which is the value that we have in here. So these two values has to be the same. That's how I caught that mistake in the diagram. So that's pretty much it. And the last part is moving from C to L minus A to the L. So for the last part, what we can do, we can either consider our last section would be somewhere in here. So we can do either consider the right side of this beam or the left side. So if we go left side, it will be a little bit more complicated because we have more of the beam that we need to analyze. So it makes sense to go with the right side. And the reason is that we're going to get the step very similar to what we have in the first half. But you just have to watch for the sign convention that we have. If we want to go with the right side, our V is going to be upward positive and the clockwise is going to be positive. So if we just watch for that, the rest should be good. We have all right, now what we need to keep in mind in here is that this distance here is not X, it's actually L minus X, because we consider starting our X from left to the right. And if we just want to call this this distance X, we have to find that distance from the left side, which is L minus X. So if that's the case, our rate is also L minus X. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. That was the trickiest part. So sum of all forces in Y equals 0, which means we have WA negative WL minus X which is this force that is applying at the midpoint, and we have plus V equals 0, which means our V is going to be, we can just factor, and W, so if it goes on the other side, we're positive, L minus X minus A equals 0, that's going to be our V. And yeah, if we just put and get back to our diagram, if we just our x is starting from L minus A, if we just put instead of our x L minus A, this value is going to turn into 0, which means we're going to start again at our 0 point, which should be the starting point because we were at 0. And if we just put the length L in there, we're going to get to negative WA, and we'll be in the negative side this time. So negative WA, and yeah, it's going to be the same slope. It's just we're going to go further down. And yeah, that's for the shearing stress. Let's do the moment about J. So this time our J is in here. So we have the moment of the WA, which is counterclockwise, so positive WA times L minus X. You have the moment of the distributed load W, which is also clockwise, so negative W. L minus X is the force, and the distance would be L minus X divided by 2 because it will be applying in the half point. And also we have the moment M, which is also negative, equals 0. So the moment in here would be, so if we just bring M to the other side, we have WA L minus X plus W divided by 2 L minus X. We have a negative sign in here, negative all to the power of 2. And yeah, that's going to be our equation here. And what's important for us is that our X is positive, the sign behind the X squared is positive or negative. So this is going to be X squared plus 2x minus 2xl minus 2xl plus L squared, and the negative sign is going to make it as negative, which means again our curve is going to be facing down, so it's going to be something like this if we get to the point L. And yeah, if we just put the L in here, we can see that this is going to turn into 0. And yeah, that's pretty much everything for this one. Again, in the last part, you can go with the right side or do what we were doing before, moving from draw the free body diagram for the left part, which was basically we had the distributed force in here, this one, and we had this distributed force in here too. And just consider V downward and M, and it will be a bit longer, but if you just want to go with the right side, keep in mind that these are the positive signs for the shear force and the bending moment. Hope everything was clear. Let me know if you guys have any questions. You guys take care. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.